A brand new show that just dropped. While the presenters play dominoes, a special guest will be discussing all topics that matter to you. Everything from judicial, legal, health, wealth. Nothing is off topic. The name, you ask me? Domino Effect. Domino Effect. Come listen. It's time well spent.
As you can see, we're having a lot of fun at the table as we discussed nursing education in part 1. Part 2, we're back live with our special guest, Nurse Cassie, with Eves, and with Sweet Will, and I am your other special guest, Nurse Pat. So
hold on.
Yes.
What does Sweet Will stand for?
He tell my sweet. Non. Mais ma vet, sugar cane and I had a battle.
Oh.
I won.
Oh.
I'm sweeter than sugar cane. That's why they call me.
But you know, depending on the season and where it grows, sugar cane's not always sweet.
Here we go.
So that could have been.
It depends who made it.
It could have been the season.
I'm sweet every season.
Oh, every season.
Every season.
Because I'm the one that. That's
you shut your face. No.
Just from the sugar.
No. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Okay. So since we're talking about your name, what does Eve stand for?
Eves.
Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve.
The Eve, you say, this is what it stands for. You see the victory exalted.
Oh, okay.
Coming from a Haitian man.
Oh, she's.
Yo, we're all Haitian at this table. So, thank you for coming back to Domino Effect, the show that you need to watch. As you can see, we have a ball of fun here at the table. Oh, you passed?
No, whose turn is it?
Yours.
No, it's your turn.
No.
Mine, no.
Me.
Yeah. Sweet Will, you. So it's
it
you.
is my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn. So, as we continue with the conversation, there's been many controversies.
She knows how to play. Look at what she's doing.
She does know how to play. She's
Play with
like,
me if you want.
yeah, that's right. So there's been a lot of controversies in nursing, and one of the recent ones I saw was this nurse posted this thing, and she said her patient's blood sugar was 300, so she gave the patient 3 mLs of insulin in their IV. Here we go. See?
What kind of nurse is that?
Exactly.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Now, hold on. I have a question.
Where
So
did she
why
get
did
her
you?
license?
No, that's not the question. Why did you just say she gave her 300 of what?
She gave the patient 3 mLs.
Okay,
3
now,
milliliters.
homeboy
of
over there just
insulin.
says, "Oh my God, do you understand what she just said? Are you a nurse?" No, wait.
Yo,
no,
hold on,
he
hold on. He is a nurse.
answered.
He is a nurse.
No.
He is
He
a nurse.
answered as
His wife
if
is a nurse, so he's
he
a
answered.
nurse.
No.
That dude always want to put me on the spot.
The way he answered as if he knew. He's like, "Oh my God."
Where did you get her license?
Do you know what she just said?
I don't know what you said, but
So, let me explain. Depending on the concentration of the insulin, 3 mLs of insulin may equal 300 units of insulin. That's why Nurse Cassie put her hand to her face. Because if a patient's finger stick is 300, their blood sugar is 300, typically the doctor would have a sliding scale that says from 151 to 200, you give 1 unit. From 201 to 250, you give 2 units. From 251 to 300, you give 3 units. 3 units is not 3 mLs. On top of that, depending on the concentration of the insulin, we would give it subcutaneously. We would not be putting it in their IV. They do have IV insulin drips, but that's for patients that are like really, really sick.
All right, who's up for Domino's? Let's go.
So I think it's my turn, right?
the license that the nurse got, who issued those licenses?
The state board.
The state board.
So different state boards, like there was a time I was licensed in 8 states, but that was a requirement of my job. So depending on the state board, you would take your test, and pass the state board. If you wanted, like let's say we work in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is not a compact state, meaning if you have a license in Massachusetts, you can't go and work in New Hampshire. You have to have a license in New Hampshire in order to work in New Hampshire.
Okay.
That being said, Massachusetts is not a compact state. There are states that are compact states, so that if you live in New Hampshire, you have a license in New Hampshire. There are many other states that will honor your license, and you can go and work there.
Okay.
Obtaining licensure is also not easy.
No, it's not. In order for you to work in Massachusetts, you're coming from another state, you need to apply for reciprocity.
Okay, because I'm about to ask, like, can they lift that? Because during the COVID, there was a lot of nurses being moved around and stuff like that. Were they able to lift it for them?
It was an emergency.
Okay, so
So when you live in Massachusetts and you want to have a license in Vermont, you have to apply for reciprocity, and you have to follow the rules of the state of Vermont. Like I was licensed in Massachusetts, and I wanted to work in Rhode Island. I found out the hard way. I went and did everything that I needed to do. I received my license in Rhode Island, but when I got to Rhode Island, I found out that a lot of the things that I could do in Massachusetts, I could not do them in Rhode Island. For example, in Rhode Island, I had a med tech. The med tech passed most of my meds. So I'm like, so what am I doing? Where are my meds? And they told me, oh no, she passes most of your regular meds. She takes your vital signs, what you're passing. You're doing the insulin because she may make errors. You're doing the heparin because she may make errors. You're doing all the narcotics because we don't want her stealing the narcotics. So different states have different rules.
Have
different rights.
Now, is there a template for something like that? So let's say when you go, like you said, you went for Rhode Island. Is there a template that says like
you go to the state board so that you can read up? That's another thing. As nurses, and that's why I say the profession, it's not that easy. Because you have to know what you can and cannot do. You have to know what your scope of practice is. Like Nurse Cassie, she's an NP, a nurse practitioner. So she has a wider scope of practice than what I have. Okay, we don't both have. She has a scope of practice that goes beyond mine. Mine, like, let's say mine goes to level 12 and hers goes to level 24.
So as a nurse practitioner, I can assess, diagnose, and treat patients. So
in different states and stuff?
In Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts only?
I work in a hospital, so I work under a supervising attendant. If I was working in primary care, I'd have my own panel that I can assess and diagnose. However, obtaining licensure is very hard. I'm obtaining an Atlanta license in Georgia, and you have to get fingerprints, you have to submit all your transcripts, and you have to do so so many things.
Are you thinking of going to work in Atlanta? Is that why you're doing that? Or
No,
you just doing it just in case they got kind of like an emergency that you're looking to?
So because I teach, one of my students lives in Atlanta, so I need to have the license as a registered nurse and a nurse practitioner.
Okay. All right.
Okay, my question is, if you're watching right now, if the government watching,
That's not a question.
That's not a question.
listen, I want to warn the government because I don't want to get in trouble. Don't call me. I got someone that live in New York, have no nursing background, nothing, but every week,
It's your turn.
almost every weekend, she's doing COVID back in the day, going to Florida, trying to get her license for nurses.
Really? Oh, so
So,
you're talking about the Florida
it's some of
license.
the scandals
The
thing.
scandal. Okay.
So-
let's get into that scandal. So basically, this is what happened. There were schools, and at these schools, the students were not passing. They went and took the NCLEX. Like, let's say you have 300 students at your school, and you sign for all 300 to go sit down for the NCLEX to be licensed. My turn? To be licensed. And when all these students go in and take their board, only 2 of them pass. How is it you have a school that's accredited, that has 300 students, that they send them all to go take the boards and only 2 pass out of 300? That's a low percentage. That's the first issue. The second issue was that there were people who went in and sat for their boards. They passed their boards, but these people never spent a day at that nursing school. So they basically paid for the nursing school to give them a certificate to say that they went through the training. Because of that,
Wait, they didn't go to the training, but they were able to pass the test.
they were able to pass the test. This is what I think happened. I think that some of these students, so in Massachusetts, let's say you're going to Anna Maria College, for an example, and you don't pass nursing 2, so you failed. They keep you back for you to repeat nursing 2. Let's say you take nursing 2 again and you fail again. So now they kick you out of the school because 2 strikes and you're out. Let's say you've tried other schools and you see that there's a wait list. It's going to take you 3 years to be able to go to a different nursing school and finish the education. You find an easy route to go to Florida,
A loophole.
big loophole, to turn around and say, hey, here's $10,000. Give me a certificate to say I graduated from here so I can go sit for my NCLEX and get my licensure. Sure. They take your money, they give it to you, you go, and you happen to pass. You're passing on the education that you already received. Some people didn't receive that education at all, and some of them, they had the education from somewhere else.
Does Florida have the biggest nursing school? Is that what that is? Because, but why is
It's a
it?
Haitian thing.
Well, it's not a Haitian thing because it wasn't only Haitians.
Yeah,
that were
African,
caught.
yeah.
There were Africans, there were Hispanic people that were caught as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a matter of.
from the same school or
From
different school.
From different schools. Okay, it's like this. Someone said it to me once. It said, "Hey, you're an RN now. You have an associate's degree. You know you can go and teach. You can go and teach LPNs."
I won.
Yay!
Sorry, I just saw this.
I think we weren't paying attention, but you did good. Boom.
Congratulations.
I won.
What
I
you
just wanna
trying to say? What you trying to say? It's not going to happen again the way you say that. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
No, congratulations. We
Oh, you let
definitely,
me win?
Yeah.
we definitely tried to make you win. We tried to make all the guesses, you know what I mean, at least win once, you know what I'm so.
Okay.
All right.
I think it's a very important subject. So, for people to go out of their way to get a license with no education, like when I say no education, you're not really taking the prerequisite courses to be in nursing and stuff. And compared to someone that's spending a ton of money to be a nurse, and now you're working next to someone that has no idea what they're doing.
I don't think the money
That can
itself.
jeopardize your.
I don't care about the money. I think the matter is the fact that like you don't know what you're doing and you pay, you getting a
here's the thing.
certificate and you playing with somebody's life.
Okay.
Have you
That's
seen,
the problem.
Okay, have you seen the stories where people have decided to steal somebody's name and go and say that they're that nurse and go and work because they've seen it on TV or they've read about it? Nursing is a respected profession. If you look at all the polls that they've had, especially during COVID, did you see the respect that nurses got for their work? For their work ethics, for their love of patients. Some people can fall in love with that and just be like, oh, you know, nurses are so well respected. Nursing it's awesome. It's great.
Now-
Let me go and impersonate a nurse. Let me go and say that I'm a nurse. On top of that, let's bring it. Who in here is married to a nurse? You are.
That's what I'm about to say, because a lot of men love nurses because they know that money is coming in.
Job security now.
Their job security, exactly.
I don't know about
their
that. I don't know about that.
You know, there's job security, and there's that money coming in. So
Yeah, there's job security, but I don't marry the nurse because
You didn't marry her because she was a nurse?
no, but he
No,
built
no,
her. No, he didn't marry her before she was a nurse. So that's a different. That's a
You
different
married
thing.
after she was a nurse.
Yes.
Which it makes it even worse because you knew she was a nurse.
That's right.
No,
That-
you know.
No, she wasn't a nurse. She wasn't a nurse. They got married and then she became a nurse.
Okay.
So
That
that's
she
the
was
thing.
Already in training to be a nurse.
No. She had the passion to be a nurse. No. You can have the passion. No. You can have the passion to do something, but you need somebody to push you.
I was the patient.
You need somebody to push you. And he pushed her, so she practiced on him.
I was the patient.
CPR, all that great stuff.
Yeah, I transformed her to be a nurse. So,
I see. But
and I'm always sick, and she always
Exactly.
treating that sick.
So she probably became a nurse because of him.
if I have to do it at home, I'm just going to pay for it.
Exactly. I think that's all was happening. Exactly.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, but I see what you mean. A lot of guys, they marry the nurse
turn is
because
it?
I think it's yours. Do you have 6?
this
Or do you
it's
have
because
5?
the guys, but
You have 6.
in
Maybe
Haitian
should
culture,
Domino's.
No, he's got 6. It's his turn.
Haitian culture, how they call those guys? Vicieux. Parce que guy,
In America, they call you gold digger.
yeah, because, you married a nurse, she's making money. Oh, I see, I'm having a good life, she's making money, and I don't have to work so hard. You already next time will be
That's the
shit.
problem.
But no, if they can't find a nurse, you people call it the CNA.
Who told you that?
Who done told you that?
Who told you that?
That's the word on the street.
Is it? I don't know about
The
that.
street is talking. They need to shut their mouth. That's what needs to happen.
all the info.
The street is talking. They need to shut their mouth. That's what
I like that. I like that.
To see a nurse and nurse. No.
When you look at it, because
Give
there
me
was
the money of the nurse.
There was even a conversation, right? There was a conversation where these guys were talking, and one of them said, "Oh, you see that girl? She's well dressed. Her makeup is done. Her nails are done. Look at her shoes." And the friend said, "Nah, that's a CNA." Said, "You see the one with the busted up ponytail, the hokas on her feet, and who looks tired? That's the one that's the nurse." Because when you're looking, you might think somebody's a nurse because of how well they're dressed and all
That's
like
how
that.
you play dominoes. You keep looking at that
we're playing together.
We're not playing teams.
It's 3 people at this table.
Sweet Will, you're out. So,
We're not playing teams here.
so
Like, what the?
when you look at it, guys are always looking because they say the best person to marry is a nurse, but they don't understand that sometimes we could be the worst person to marry too.
No, but at the same time, but nurses.
Or they can
remember,
give you- they can give you
There are
something
men
to
that are
do.
nurses. There are women who want to marry those nurses too. Don't make it seem like only men.
No.
Don't make it seem like only men are doing it. Want to marry nurses. Women want to do the same exact thing because they know that
At
money's
the same
coming
time,
through.
there's a danger there. There's a danger there.
What's the danger there?
You married a nurse that
She can give you an injection?
That give you injection, and you're doing something stupid. You might be,
You might be in trouble.
yeah.
Well, let me just put it this way. So,
Your turn. Oh, no, it's your
whose
turn. He has
No,
5.
it's my turn. It's
There
his
you go.
turn. You had 5?
Yep.
That's my turn now.
So, it just
Jesus
so
Christ.
happened.
Yeah.
Okay, right, he was holding
Why
on
took
to
you
it.
so long?
No, because we kept killing
This
it.
is why you lost last time.
No, not just because I was good enough.
Nah, this is why he lost last time.
Oh, legit? That's what you're gonna say? That's what you putting out there? You know, Sweet Will, you know, right?
Yo, these nurses, bro.
Well, you know, it's hate us or love us.
But I give you guys credit. I give you all the nurse credit for what they do.
They do work hard. They do
Especially
work
during
hard.
COVID.
Of
You see
course.
what they've been through.
Yes.
And while everybody being
Was sheltered
sick,
at home, hiding.
I remember. I remember at work. I take someone to the hospital, and I went to the hospital. Someone passed away next to me, and I was laughing and
Oh,
joking about something because someone make it say something funny, and I kind of see the nurses that was taking care of that
They were
patient. Crying.
crying, yeah.
And got pissed off at me because I was
You were making a
laughing.
joke. Yeah.
I kind of see that in that person. It's not because she's doing it for the money.
Whose turn is it? I think
I have
Sweet Will.
3. You
I
have 4. How many you have? How many we have? 3?
Yeah.
We both have 3.
Yeah, I have 3 as well, so it's his.
Not because she's doing it for the money, but she's doing it for the love.
She has compassion and empathy.
Yeah. But I give you guys credit for it. At the same time,
there was a point during COVID. They said that if the nurses were not, because there was it was an option to take the COVID vaccine. If the nurses didn't take it, that they couldn't work anymore and stuff like that, which I got pissed off of because they were using the nurses to go to all these places to go help in different states and whatnot. Now, suddenly, if they weren't vaccinated, they couldn't. They were trying to like you lose your job if you didn't get
right?
if you if you didn't you would lose you end up losing in your job.
I know.
But those guys were you guys were in the front line, so now all of a sudden it's kind of like they threw you into the
Yeah,
So
but you guys understand by that during COVID, they cut some nursing schools short just to use all the.
They did. They did because when they looked at it, nurses were not only on the front line dying, but we were exhausted. Because I remember I brought students to the floor during COVID, and a lot of my students were kind of like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. This patient's sick, that patient's sick, this person's
I'm
done,
sharing with
that
you, you're not
person's
sharing with
done.
me.
Did they lift the rules? Like, you know how you do the, like the 12-hour thing and stuff like that? Did they lift that so that way you guys
places, I
can
think,
work?
Places,
that
yeah.
were on the news, like New York, the nurses were working long hours, right? So I finished graduate school during the pandemic, which was a tough time to finish school.
It's your turn.
But honestly, I would say thank you
What
to
is
the
that
nurses
again?
because
What
if
is
it
that
wasn't for the nurses and
Because it's a double.
I say thank you to the nurses because there wasn't during the COVID. It was the nurses in the front line, and the fact that they're trying to get rid of the nurses because it wouldn't take some vaccine, they wouldn't do certain things and stuff. It's just I feel like they've forgotten who was there during the hard times. Now when things started getting better, all of a sudden it was like, well, we need you guys to do this. We need to you need to be vaccinated. You need to do this. You need to do that, and stuff.
I don't think they're doing it just because they want to get rid of the nurse. I think. I don't know. You guys can
his turn.
tell me if I'm
No, I put
right
that
or
down.
not.
You put that down?
They were
Oh, so it's
doing
your
it
turn.
because it's a state requirement. It's like almost federal. It's almost all the state were going to it. Even
also
all
it
the
wasn't-
government-
but also it
They
was a
wanted to flatten
choice.
the curve. They wanted
Yeah.
to flatten the curve. I think you win.
I win again.
Yeah, she does.
thanks to me.
How?
No, because you blocked her.
No, I give her the pass.
You did not, because she passed that time.
We-
But she keep looking at my hand.
We play together, but I take the win alone.
I like that. Right.
What
We
did
play
you
together,
have?
but I'm all alone when I win.
So no,
Spoken
it
like
was,
a true
it was
Haitian
hard.
woman.
It was really hard because at the time I wasn't on the front line. I was on the front line with my students, but that wasn't my regular job. And my employer did send something out to say that we had to either do a declination form and why we were declining, and then it had to be approved, or you had to take the vaccination. I had no choice in the matter because when I went with my students, I had to be vaccinated or else I couldn't help give them the education that was needed. But yes, during COVID, they did lift the education restrictions because a lot of nurses were dying. A lot of nurses were retiring. And
A lot of
we
nurses
didn't
just
have-
retired because they were like, this is a
Enough.
pandemic.
Yeah.
This is too much. They weren't ready for this. And they're like, some nurses work way past their retirement. But because this was so scary, they just took their retirement.
But isn't it a violation of the oath that you guys,
No,
cause you guys,
no.
No.
We're not mandated to work through a certain time.
yeah, but
no.
you guys, I don't know if you guys take an oath to
Who's
serve to
Dang,
serve.
Cassie, you trying to kill me?
But the way I seen it, you guys in healthcare, you guys mandate to taking care of people and stuff.
So this goes with what I'm thinking, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. As nurses and people in healthcare, we took an oath to
My
take
turn?
care of people,
Yeah,
right?
your turn.
So we know that pandemics happen, epidemics happen, certain things happen, but teachers also weren't expected to do the things that they do. A lot of people think that because, nurses, we complain, we're upset, we cry because there was a lot on the front lines with a lot of this. But teachers did something that was out of their scope, out of their norm, and I don't think that they were recognized for
A lot of
what
people
they
did a lot of things that they weren't supposed, like the kids being teachers at home and things like that. A lot of kids, yeah.
You think about teachers
There's a lot of
who
things
are
that
in
changed.
classrooms
Oh, yeah.
that don't know technology, that don't really have to use Zoom and had to learn.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that this is something that, again, and I will always say as nurses and as people in medicine that we chose to do this field, but teachers need to be recognized as well. for
Absolutely.
everything.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because even nowadays, like the teachers are,
Your turn.
they're buying stuff out of their pocket. for their classrooms
They've been
and
doing
things.
this for years.
Yeah, they've been buying stuff. Well, how you work somewhere and you using
your turn.
the teachers are not even getting paid enough.
Like,
And you using your own money to buy stuff for the classes and whatnot.
This was you. This was me.
This was me. This was you. This was him. It's your.
So it's your turn.
No, this was you, because you put it wrong. I remember.
Oh, that was me.
Usted me del cosa.
Oh, so. Oh,
I put that one.
So still your turn.
Even now,
Yeah.
who put this?
it's my
Somebody
turn.
put it. It's his
We don't
turn.
care what that.
So it's your turn, Cassie.
This is we have a battle with our union right now. I don't know, state of New York, they decided to bring all the state employee back. They were let go.
Mm-hmm.
They let go. And our union, we say no. It's not fair for those employees to come back.
Wait, what happened? Say that again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you
The
said.
state employee that was
Why did they let them go?
They refused to take the vaccine.
So now you bringing them back.
So yeah,
Are they gonna bring back the nurses and stuff that they let go too?
yeah, they're supposed to. It's no, they won't want to bring them back. But this is how we sit. I don't know if the nurses saying the same way. Why you let someone that left during COVID not go into all the chaos during that
You guys went through
and
right
I was
now.
still working and jeopardize my life to provide services. And now you say, oh, it's okay. You wasn't
Very
there.
good point.
You can still
Now, were
come
these
back.
employees left with pay or no pay?
No pay.
Okay, so they had their punishment.
They had their punishment.
Yeah,
Still,
punishment, but
after
still,
that,
the punishment or not, because like I understand what he said. If I put my life on the line, and then you get to choose, to run away. You stay away.
Now, do these
It's simple as that, but at the same like you know what I'm
After
saying?
4 years.
Exactly. After
Yeah.
4 years, you still have to
Don't they have to
go back
retrain?
to training and whatnot
That's the
and
thing.
stuff
I
like.
would think that they would, because while we can say that nursing is like riding a bike, but there are skills that you need to keep up with. There's education that you need to keep up with. You can't just,
Don't drop the
leave.
T, bro. Don't drop the
You can't
T.
leave and come back
That's a very expensive
in like
T, bro.
5 years and expect for things to be the same. There are some updates. It's your turn.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah, there's some updates that need to happen that you need to go through.
Cadê? Gil Collet, cadê? She's even giving you choices. Like, bro,
I'm letting you win.
Wow!
and she's wondering why she won twice in a row.
Because she's killing me. Go ahead.
Look at how she's playing.
She's like, yo, you put that one right there. I'm like, yo, how you playing for him in his hand?
But no, you're right. It shouldn't be that they get a pass to just come back.
Yeah, I take it.
But they did pay for it because they weren't getting paid. So it's your turn again.
Yeah, they won't
Yes,
get
but they
paid,
had a
but
choice. They had a choice. So let's say there was 50 people working at the hospital. 20 of them decide, yo, I'm not putting my life on the line, and they left. There's 30 left. Now, let's say all 50 decide, I don't want to put my life on the line for nobody. Now, they're all 50 left, and there's nobody left over. Is that okay?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. So, it's not fair.
No, it's not. It's not. You're correct. It's not. It's not fair.
So the question is, before we end, how you guys see the future for the nurse?
I think it's bright. The reason why I say I think it's
How
bright. I
bright?
think
Yellow
it's-
bright or white bright?
I think it's bright for people coming in. And the reason why I say it's bright for people coming in is because when you sit and you look at the nursing field, a lot of people are retiring. So, and there are a lot of opportunities because nurses are not only obligated to stay at the bedside, they can get into anything and everything. Because I really think the future is bright.
I feel bad. I have so much questions. So I was going to ask you, can a nurse become a doctor?
Yes, I do know a
Absolutely.
nurse,
Yes.
a doctor who was a nurse who works at my hospital.
Absolutely.
The future, I do think, is bright. I think that there are nurses that are using their practice and their skills in other places, such as the aesthetic field. such as, different places in their understanding that they want to be a nurse early. And they're going to school and they're getting the education and they're becoming nurse practitioners early. They're getting their doctorate of nursing practice and they're also even going into being a CRNA. So, and I do think, especially for the individuals of Black and brown color, they're going into medicine and understanding the lack of presence that there is in medicine. So they are making the choice to go to nursing school and even advance to being a doctor, which is what I think healthcare needs, especially in certain hospitals and nursing homes and facilities to see people who look like you.
Representation does matter. It matters.
With that being said,
Who's turning?
Patricia, you're not playing at all. You still got 5 dominoes in your hand. This guy, I got one. She got one. You got, how many you have there?
You know how many
You have like 5 dominoes in. Are you playing?
On that, we want to tell our
I just
viewers
want to say on that note
that we really appreciate that you watch the Domino Effect right now.
So you're not going to take my win?
Do you see this? Yes.
We are so happy to have you guys with
so
us.
much for watching with us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Please remember to subscribe, to share, to like, and to follow Domino Effect. Thank you.
Oh.